Right, I'm going to play a song from the new album that will be coming out shortly. This song is called One More Line. We wrote it ourselves. I'm going to play it the best I can. Is that funny? Is that funny to you? I'm going to play it the best I can. But obviously I've only got this acoustic guitar and I haven't got Joe on lead. So this is totally raw. It's called One More Line. Here we go. You ready? I'm ready. Let's do it. 1, 2. Saw a black cat cave and walking on a train track, walking all day just to find my own way back. Looked in the river made me shiver. One more feeling, I'm gonna quiver. Come on, cat, take a trip with me, where the water is muddy but my boots are clean. Going on a trip where the sun don't shine. Then we're gonna do one more line. Well, one more line took me down the track. Well, my vision is blurry, I ain't coming back. Come on, cat, it ain't a crime. Then we're gonna do one more line. My head looked up and then it looked down, and my eyes rolled back and I hit the ground. All I could see was a blackout sky, and well, I lost that breeze by a country mile. Come on, cat, take a trip with me, where the water is muddy but my boots are clean. We're going on the trip where the sun don't shine. Then we're gonna do one more line. Well, one more line took me down the track. Well, my vision is blurry, I ain't coming back. Come on, cat, it ain't a crime. Then we're gonna do one more line. Well, one more line, one more line, one more line, one more line. One more line.
Hi guys, and welcome back to Artists in the Spotlight with me, Scotty Barber. It's been a little while since I last done a video. Recently got married back in April now, actually, time's flying, and then also had our honeymoon at the beginning of June. So it's been a really busy time getting everything used to married life and everything like that. The videos took a little bit of a back burner, but now with summer coming, with gigs coming, it's back to being a little bit more rockabilly and rock and roll based and bringing you more entertainment here on this channel. This video, actually, the questions I sent to Salv were done back in end of January, February, well before his knockout performance at the Rockabilly Rave. And I've got to say, some of the videos and footage I've seen of their performance at the Rockabilly Rave and other gigs, plus their album I've seen on Apple Music, is absolutely knockout. Fantastic stuff, and they seem to be the real popular band on the scene at the moment. So the answers that Salv gave were well before the Rockabilly Rave, but I've only managed to get around now to filming my questions for him. So it may seem like a little bit in past tense to what he's done since, but it's time to release it because they absolutely smashed the rave. So here's my interview when I spoke to Salv back in January and February. Welcome along, Salv, and welcome to the Artists in the Spotlight Mayhem Rockabilly Productions chair, if you will, virtually, however we want to do it. It's been a great pleasure to finally get hold of you for the interview. It's an honour that you've become the next artist in our spotlight. We'll crack off with the first question for you. So you're basically the new band on the scene. You know, you see it on Facebook, a lot of familiar faces within the lineup that a lot of people from the Weekenders and the rock and roll and rockabilly scene in the UK do know. How did it all come about, and how did it all start?
First off, thanks Scotty, thanks for letting me do this. it's good for the band and stuff like that. Yeah, the band. So I've been playing music a long time, like my whole life basically, but I've never done the band thing. I've been in jam sessions and stuff like that, but never got around to doing the band thing. So obviously the lockdown gave us a lot of time to sit at home. So it gave me a lot of time to fall in love with music again and really put some stuff out there and put some videos out on Facebook, and got a little bit of attention and stuff like that. And a few people reached out to me and just said, you know, if you're looking to do a band, I'll be interested. So obviously I was like, actually, do you know what, I could probably do it. You know, I could probably do it when everything gets open again. So when everything started opening up again, obviously I messaged those people, and we made it happen. And yeah, I'm really pleased with how everything's going at the moment. So we got Joe in the band, Joe Newborn, who's on the guitar. He's a great guitarist, you're probably known from other bands, you know, the Runaways. He's also a DJ as well, great DJ. Sam French on the bass. Again, loads of experience in bands. Great guitarist as well. He does play a little bit of guitar in the band as well, so that's cool. And we got Tony Hillenbrandt on the drums, and you'll know Tony from Jack Rabbit Slim and Jesse and the Orbits and other bands like this. Loads of experience in the game, and he's just a quality drummer. So yeah, so that's how it came about. It's just, you know, I put a few videos out there, and then people messaged me and said, you know, when the lockdown's over, I'd like to start a band. And that's what we did, and that's how we're here now.
I was seeing on your post recently on social media and Instagram and everything like that, that you've recently been in the recording studio putting down a 5-track EP of original songs. How was the experience, and what can the fans and the people in the rock and roll scene expect from this forthcoming release?
Yeah, so we've just been in the studio. We recorded 5 of our own songs that we've written ourselves between us. And we recorded 1 cover, but we've also got some live recordings from our last gig. So we're gonna smash them all together, and we're gonna stick them on an album. Probably gonna have about 8 tracks on there, which will be coming soon. So exciting. And yeah, it was a really good experience for me. I mean, all the other guys had obviously been in the studio before, so they know what they're doing. But for me, I'm a noob when it comes to studios and stuff like that. But it's so clever what they can do, and you know, most of it we done in 1 take. But when I say 1 take, it wasn't the first take, but it was 1 take. You know, live, just fresh it out, and you really get that raw energy then, which is what we want to go for. Of course, the beauty of modern day technology, there are some things that you can just tweak, but that's fine. Most of it is done raw, you know, live, and it's gonna be really good. Most of the stuff's actually come out very different to how I expected our own stuff to come out. You know, from the start, it's always been kind of country rockabilly sort of stuff is what we like. Quite authentic country rockabilly, but in a modern sort of way as well. But the stuff that came out in that studio was quite heavy, and it was quite almost neo, but still not quite neo. It's rocking stuff, and you'll get to see it if you buy the CD and buy the album. I'm so excited to share it with everyone. So, and I will play a couple of stripped back versions today.
The next question, Salvatore. Rockabilly and obviously our music scene has got a lot of different people in it, a lot of diverse musical backgrounds. Describe your roots and inspirations musically, and are they portrayed in Toto and the Raw Deals?
Yeah, inspirations for me. Obviously, like most people, I'm a massive Elvis man. Growing up, Elvis to me was the man, still is today. He had everything. He had the looks, he had the charisma, he had the voice. So, you know, massive inspiration to me. Obviously I don't sound like him, but he's inspired me in more ways than one. So Elvis. Now in the band, if there's one sound that I could choose, not that you can, but if there was one sound that I could say I want to sound like that, it'd be Ronnie Dawson in the 90s for me. His latest stuff is just amazing. I just love that sound, that rocking country sound. That's what really does it for me. And I'd like to think we have that sort of, we have a little twang in there, Ronnie twang in there. But yeah, so, and then other inspirations, old country artists, George Jones, Johnny Horton, that sort of sound, that real twangy guitar, that do-do-do-do-do-do, that is, for me, I love it. And hopefully, you know, you can hear that in the band, hopefully, somewhere in there. But yeah, that's my inspirations and my roots in music.
I don't know if you remember me all that time ago, but you remember when I went to the Rockabilly rave back in 2014 and 2015? I need to get back there next year, definitely, because it's one hell of a weekend, but that's by the by. Absolutely fantastic. You and Carrie were the poster couple, a young couple that looked the part and were everything, you know. You've since got married. You've since had a baby together, which is obviously massive. Congratulations to the pair of you. I bet she's been a huge support to you, hasn't she, with you getting into music? Because I always knew you followed your background, that you always wanted to do a little bit, but maybe the confidence wasn't there to do it. But I bet her support's really helped, hasn't it?
Yeah, yep, married. You can see some wedding photos up here. And now we have little Carlo, which you could probably hear in the background. He's in the kitchen with Mama. Life is good. Life is really good. And yeah, Carrie Ann is a massive support. Especially because she was a DJ for a long time. She still is a DJ, but obviously she's not doing it as much as she used to. But for a long time we would be doing gigs for her, and she would be the DJ, and you know, I would go there, carry her records for her. But she said, you know what, it's your time to do your thing now, which I really appreciate. And she's down front every time, screaming, like a #1 fan. So yeah, I love it to bits. Massive support for me, and yeah, and she's such a good mum too. I'm trying not to talk too loud. She's in the other room. This song is going to be on the new album as well. It's called This Here Rocker Has Gone Country. It's one of our own again. It goes something like this. I used to listen to Elvis and Jerry Lee, turned up the jeans and a little bit of Gene, but this here rocker has gone country. Well, black leather jacket and a head full of grease, I've traded it all for some Wrangler jeans, and this here rocker has gone country. Well, Mr. Jones said the race was on, that cat really had it going on. All the gals, they still love me, cause it's itty bitty, teeny weeny weeny. This here rocker has gone country. I've traded it all for a southern draw and a honky-tonk floor, and this here rocker has gone country. Well, I always thought that I was doing fine till the day that I learned how to walk that line, and this here rocker has gone country. Well, Mr. Jones said the race was on, that cat, he really had it going on. All the gals, they still love me, cause it's itty bitty, teeny weeny weeny. This here rocker has gone country, cause it's itty bitty, teeny weeny weeny. This here rocker has gone country. This here rocker's gone country. Thank you.
It's probably similar to the previous questions that obviously that I touched on just there. You know, when I was at the rave, I saw you do a couple of jam sessions there, get up and play. I've seen videos of you doing that at Hemsby and Rumble in Brighton, the Brighton Rumble. Have you gained the confidence now to be a front man and lead your own band? And how did you really gain this confidence to do that and step up and be that person to lead a rockabilly country band?
Yeah, I've done jam sessions over the years. Most of the time it was just guitar. I wanted to, for the long time, I just wanted to play guitar. That was it. Be a lead guitarist. That's what I wanted to do. But yeah, I lost a lot of confidence because I didn't get to play much. You know, I got a full-time job, and you know, you grow up and you don't have that free time that you once had when you was a kid. So I actually lost a lot of confidence. And actually the lockdown for me was what gave me the confidence to actually start something again, because it gave me a lot of time to really focus on getting used to playing guitar again, you know, properly, you know, and singing, you know, singing and considering myself as a frontman rather than just a guitarist or someone who just plays guitar. But hopefully I'll do it well. You lot can be the judge. And make sure you tell me if I'm crap at it, because I'd want to know. But so far, I think we're doing all right.
A little bit off subject, a little bit off the rockabilly music scene, but it's to do with you, and I am interviewing you as you're the artist in the spotlight. Talking of gains and gaining confidence, everybody knows that follows you and knows you personally and sees you on social media that working out and bodybuilding is another massive passion of yours. Am I right? And because you're in pretty good shape. Have you ever sort of competed on that front, or is it just sort of a hobby and just to keep you mentally ticking over and another interest in your life?
Yeah, it's another big passion of mine. But really, it's just taking care of myself. I think everyone should look after their body and look after their mind. And training for me does both of those things. So I don't tend to talk about it too much on the rocking scene because I like to separate my, you know, music stuff from my fitness stuff because they're very different crowds. Not that that's a problem, but yeah, I like to keep fit. Keep the guns hugging the sleeves, you know what I'm talking about. But no, it's just the discipline. Discipline is really good for you. And it keeps the mind busy. Keeps the mind busy and occupied, which is always good.
So when you're sitting at home and when you've got a little spare moment, not that you have at the moment now, and being married and having a little one, who would you say your go-to artists that you go to play whenever you get a chance to relax and listen to a bit of music?
Yeah, it's funny because if you look to my Spotify playlist, you'd probably be surprised. I mean, I love the classic rockabilly stuff, you know, the Sun Record stuff, the classic rock and roll stuff, R&B stuff that we play on our scene. You know, I love that. But I'm also open-minded to other styles of music and other decades and stuff like that. So at the moment, a lot of modern country artists on my Spotify playlist is what I go to. Sturgill Simpson, if you haven't heard of him, definitely check him out. He's got some great songs, and we play one of his songs in the band. We play You Can Have the Crown. Check that song out, that's great. Chris Stapleton, amazing voice. Such a range on his voice, another modern country artist. Charlie Crockett, we saw him in Brighton. He came to, before Corona and everything, he did a tour, and we saw him in Brighton. He's great, he's another modern country artist. But it's all roots music. I mean, most of the stuff I like is roots music. You know, if it's modern day or old day, it was what, you know, old time, it doesn't matter. It's always roots music. You know, and that's why you can find anything from James Brown on my playlist to Hot Boogie Chillin' to Bell Furies, you know, to Waylon Jennings, Willie Nelson. It goes on. Little Richard. There's so much stuff that I love. Creedence Clearwater. Sorry, I could go on, but I won't. But that's what I listen to.
Right, Sal, this is the penultimate question, if you will. Who would you say are your go-to artists that, if you ever get a chance to listen to them or go and see them live when you see them on Facebook that they're playing, who would they be? Who would you say are the ones you like to watch live?
Yeah, go-to bands for me, Double Brothers, always good. Just solid band, really tight. I really like the Fusillis, they're great to watch live. Big Sandy, of course, Bell Furies. Actually, at Hemsby, I saw a band called Furious, Teddy Boy band. Not really usually my sort of thing, Teddy Boy stuff, but they were absolutely amazing. I'm telling you, they were on fire. That was pure rock and roll. I mean, last song of the set, he broke his bass, the bridge just snapped off, and he just carried on singing. It was so rock and roll. So I'll be watching them again. So they're my go-tos. There's probably loads I've missed, to be honest with you. But they're the ones I can think off the top of my head. Delta Bombers, of course.
Final question, Salvatore. I wish you and obviously the band and everything luck in the future and everything personally with you as well. And I hope whatever you want from this band does come to fruition for you. But final question, what are your plans for this year, 2022 and beyond? And again, once again, thank you very much for your time.
So plans for 2022, we've got a lot of stuff booked. We're going on Steve Stacko X radio show on March the 8th. So that's exciting, look out for that, Forest FM. That's coming up. We've got a gig in March up in Stoke. We've got the Rockabilly Rave. This Saturday we've got Brighton Tattoo Convention. Dave Mumbles, Brighton Rumble. Really looking forward to that one because we've got Honkabilly's on the same bill. We've got Dylan Kirk on the same bill, and other bands as well. So that's going to be great. But also for 2022, we want to bring this album out because get that out to the people. I think there's going to be some numbers on there that you might even hear in clubs. You never know. I feel confident. You know, there might be those club classics. It might become one of those club bangers. But we'll see. But that is the plan for 2022. Beyond 2022, I mean, I'd like to be doing a decent gig a month. One decent gig a month for me, roughly, average, would be just right. You know, a good gig once a month would be good for me, you know. Because obviously I've got a family and I want to spend time with them too. But yeah, that's the plan.